a grounded aircraft, a silent airbase in Cebu, and a refurbishment that's taken 7 long years. Why has this C-130B been idle for so long? What's finally changing behind the scenes? And how does this old aircraft fit into the Philippine Air Force's new era of airlift power? Stick with us until the end, because what we reveal about the future of the PAF's C-130 fleet may surprise you, especially what's coming after 2026. This is Pinoy Guard, where Philippine defense news gets decoded. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more gripping stories behind our country's military transformation. At the heart of this story is a single aircraft, forgotten by many, but vital to the future. Tucked away at Benito Ebuan Air Base in Mactan, Cebu, a C-130B Hercules has been grounded since 2018. For years, it sat idle, a casualty of technical delays, budget constraints, and maintenance hurdles. But now, that's changing. The aircraft is finally undergoing refurbishment, a move that could quietly redefine the Philippine Air Force's logistical capabilities. But why bring back such an old plane now? To understand that, let's look at the bigger picture. The Philippine Air Force currently operates 5 C-130s, a mix of older H and T variants. These aircraft have been essential in everything from disaster relief to troop transport and even international exercises. But with only 5 aircraft and a country made of more than 7,600 islands, logistics has always been a challenge, which is why this refurbished C-130B matters, not just as another number, but as a bridge to what comes next. Stay tuned, because the Rizal transformation begins with the next 3 aircraft. By 2026, the Philippines is set to receive 3 brand new C-130J-30 Super Hercules aircraft. These aren't just upgrades. They're next-generation lifters with longer fuselages, digital cockpits, and better fuel efficiency. These aircraft were secured through a combination of U.S. foreign military financing and domestic defense funding. Once delivered, they will revolutionize the way the PAF handles national emergencies, maritime patrol support, and forward-based deployments. But here's the real question: is 9 aircraft enough? Or is this just the first wave of something even bigger? We'll answer that in the final segment. Why does all this matter? Because the Philippines sits in one of the most volatile regions in the world, the West Philippine Sea. Conflict scenarios are no longer theoretical. Strategic mobility is now a survival requirement. With these C-130s, the Air Force can move fast, really fast, delivering troops to Palawan, reinforcing Calayan, or flying out wounded personnel in real time. But wait, there's something unusual about how these aircraft are being positioned, and it may reveal a new operational doctrine unfolding in secret. These aircraft aren't just for war. In a nation battered by typhoons, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions, the C-130 is often the first and last hope for disaster victims. During Typhoon Yolanda, C-130s were lifelines, flying day and night to deliver aid. But now, with rising tensions in the South China Sea, the same aircraft could be used to deploy Marines, missile units, or even mobile radar platforms. How would that look? We'll walk through one possible scenario, coming up in just a moment. A flashpoint near 2nd Thomas Shoal. Chinese vessels blockade resupply missions. Communications are cut. Within 2 hours, C-130s take off from Clark and McTan, flying straight to Western Command in Palawan. Inside, not just troops, but low-altitude radars, ammunition, and civilian engineers. This is the backbone of Philippine rapid response, and it only works if the C-130 fleet is ready, all 9 aircraft functioning, fueled, and crewed. But there's one final twist that most people don't realize. Fleet numbers sound good on paper, but here's the reality. C-130s are expensive to maintain spare parts, our limited crew training takes years, and only a few bases have the facilities for major repairs. So what happens if just 2 aircraft go down for maintenance? Suddenly, your fleet of 9 becomes a fleet of 6 or fewer, barely enough for a nationwide emergency. That's why this isn't just about acquiring aircraft, it's about sustainability. And at the end of this video, we'll tell you about a quiet but powerful move the Air Force is making to solve this exact problem. Air power isn't just about fighters and missiles. Sometimes, it's a gray aircraft with a wide belly and long wings, flying low over the ocean, carrying food, fuel, and hope. The C-130 is that aircraft. And for a country like the Philippines, it may be the most important plane in the inventory. But remember, one refurbished aircraft in Cebu may be the deciding factor in a future crisis. If it's ready, the mission flies. If not, it could cost lives. So where does that leave us? Here's the final reveal. Alongside refurbishing old C-130s and ordering new ones, the Philippine Air Force is reportedly exploring a regional maintenance hub, possibly partnering with allied nations for long-term C-130 support and even spare parts manufacturing. If that happens, the Philippines could not only keep its aircraft flying, it could serve as a hub for Southeast Asia's Hercules fleet. From forgotten aircraft in Cebu to a potential regional airlift powerhouse. Now that's a story worth watching.